Welcome to another edition of Show After Show. I'm glad you're along with us today as we get to know the people that make this community so great. Peggy Masterson's along with us from the Springs at Simpsonville. They're celebrating their 20th anniversary, which is so great. We're going to know a little bit about that coming up in just a moment. But I understand you grew up in Buffalo, the only child of an insurance salesman and a stay-at-home mom.
That's correct. Absolutely. And I think that's a big reason why I actually was gravitated towards senior care, because I did grow up as an only child and had a really close relationship with my parents over the years.
I'm glad that it was so close because sometimes only children are not that close to their parents. But you sound like you had a wonderful relationship.
I did. They were wonderful people.
You were on a blind date when you met your husband?
Yes, absolutely. I was set up by one of my good girlfriends that I was working with, and she set it up blindly because she knew that I wouldn't go if she was trying to fix me up with somebody else.
So wait a minute. So you had no idea that you're on your way to a blind date?
No.
Oh, what a friend. That's great. So what happened?
Well, she introduced me to him. And we just started a conversation that just has gone on for over 30 years now. So we're best friends, and we had so many values in common that it doesn't seem like it was very long at all that we've been together. You know, those years have gone by quickly, and we've been through ups and downs and so forth. But in the end, our friendship, I think, has gotten us through.
That's good. And I'm glad that your friend who set you up on the blind date that you had no idea you're going on, that it worked out and you're still good friends.
Yeah, I'm still friends with her too.
That is good. Well, you just mentioned earlier that because of your parents and them growing old in front of you, that this gave you a passion to do what you do today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is a second career for me, Rob. I actually am a marketer through my educational process, and most of my career I spent in consumer products. And I went through the aging process with my mom and dad and was managing that while I was working in this consumer products industry. I managed a lot of their care long distance, which was really difficult because I wasn't living in Buffalo at the time. And it had a profound impact on me, not only emotionally because they were my parents, but having had the business experience in the past, I really felt like some of the organizations that I touched in that process could have done a better job. And I went through, as many folks do, as you get towards the latter part of your career, sometimes these companies reorganize. And I was part of a downsizing from the consumer products company that I was with. And I decided that was my window to try to reinvent myself. So by then my parents had already passed, and I just really set out on a mission to try to do this a little better, try to help families through some of the bumps that I encountered so that they would have a more informed and a better partner as they were moving through that particular situation.
Yeah, I see that you have a goal to enrich the lives of the seniors when you care for them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, senior care has come a long way in, even the last 10 years. A lot of folks, I think, have a notion in their mind that when you go to a home, if you will, you're going to a nursing-like facility and so forth. And assisted living is what I do and what the Springs does. And what we are essentially committed to doing is enriching and enhancing seniors' lives. We're giving them the care they need in a home-like environment, but we are also working every day to care for them from a 360-degree perspective. So we not only do their physical needs in terms of caring for them, but we focus on their emotional and their spiritual and their psychological and the whole package so that they have a wonderful experience in the time they're able to spend with us. We are not a skilled nursing facility, and there's a big difference. A lot of folks don't have that understanding coming into senior care.
You say sometimes the financial stuff gets in the way of people seeking this out for themselves.
Yeah, it does. I think part of it starts like anything else when you don't understand what you're kind of getting into. But, senior care, assisted living right now is a private pay service. So a lot of insurance companies will not cover assisted living, yet they will cover skilled nursing or rehabilitation or those type of medical related pieces of care. So what happens is sometimes individuals come into assisted living and they don't have any understanding of the costs associated with our taking on a 24/7 care for these people. And I think what you're getting at is also the fact that some organizations that are providing senior care, whether it's their fault or not, they get things backwards. Sometimes they allow the financials to drive a lot of their decision making, as opposed to the real reason that they're there, which is to care for the residents. And that's part of why I placed my license here at the Springs, because I wanted to be in a place that care came first. And this organization's been around for 20 years, and they are part of the Simpsonville Fountain Inn community. And the owner lives right next door. We're a one building organization, and everything is run through that filter of what's best for the residents, what's in their best interest. And I just love that about the Springs. It's really a privilege to be here.
I know if people are interested, you can schedule a private tour.
Absolutely. We would love it. We would love it. Come and have lunch with us if you want.
And I heard when you celebrated the 20th anniversary, it was a big Valentines Day type of party, because that's when it was, right?
Yeah, it's ironic, isn't it, that they started on a mission back in 2000, actually the end of the 90s, to put a senior living in Simpsonville. Our doors opened on Valentine's Day of 2001. And we replicated as much of that as we could this year. We had confetti and, fake champagne and a lot of Valentine chocolates and so forth. And we celebrated with our residents as well as key leaders in the community.
Oh, I love that. I know you got a big 20th anniversary special that's going on through Labor Day. All that's available on the website as well, thespringsSC.com, which we got a link for you right here on this page. Just click on the link. You'll get right on through, and we'll be able to hook you right up with them. The Springs at Simpsonville. Peggy Masterson, Executive Director, thank you for joining us today on Show After the Show.
Well, thank you so much. It's a privilege to be part of his radio. So thank you.
And thank you for being a part of our family. We greatly appreciate it. Hey, we'll see you again for another edition of the Show After the Show soon.